All right, helmet on, bike on. Let's go. I'm gonna give you guys the full detail on what I built this thing with on the way. All right, let's go. Let's go, guys. We're late. Come on. All right, hold on. The noob is staying behind and wheeling. I gotta make sure he doesn't hurt himself. All right, let's go. All right. All right, this is mode 1. Kick in mode 2. Higher top speed with a little bit more torque. All right, so guys, when I was building this bike, I originally found out about razors about 4 years ago. This is not my first razor build. This is my third razor build. I built one for myself that was extremely budget, and I built one for my brother, and now I have this.
Great. I don't have my phone. Should I get it?
Nah, we're good. We're good, it's fine. And when I originally found out about these, they were super out of reach for me because I was only about 13 years old at the time. And I really wanted one, but they were super expensive. So I waited around a year, and then next year I was like, okay, I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna figure out how to get this bike. Because this bike has always been in the back of my head. For the past 4 years, I've been thinking about nothing but how I'm gonna get this bike. That's been my goal. And originally, I was actually on an electric scooter, a Varla Eagle 1. I found it for like $600. Some parents got it. They didn't want it anymore because it was too fast for their kids. They thought it was like a normal scooter. So they sold it for a really good price. And ever since I had experienced an electric vehicle with a high top speed and a decent amount of power, I've just been absolutely addicted. And then the next 2 summers, I've been flipping stuff. I flipped that scooter. I flipped a bunch of phones and game consoles and stuff until eventually I was able to save the $1,200 to build this bike. That's not counting the frame, by the way. And that's the story on how I got it, but now I'm going to give you guys all the list of parts. So, starting at the core, we have a Hotpax 28 amp hour, 72 volt battery. It's a very overcapable battery, but that's what you want. You want one that's overkill. You want your motor and controller to bottleneck it, and that's exactly what we have. For the motor and controller, I went with a 72450 bar driver controller from Iconic Cycles. Never buy them from Amazon. They come with weird proprietary harnesses and like tunes on them that's like really hard to get used to and learn how to tune around. It's just a lot of bad settings. And this motor, I thought it was going to be extremely underwhelming because I thought the only good ones were the higher end ones, like from Electro & Co. and Socian. But the truth is, I under anticipated this entire build. I had no idea it was going to be anywhere near this powerful. And you guys might be thinking, well, it's not that powerful, you're going slow. Doesn't look fast to me. I'm going slow right now because I'm still getting used to this thing. It's only, I think, my second or third ride. The first 2 rides were really short. I just went up and down the street a couple times to make sure everything's working. But this is powerful. A lot of people say 5 kilowatts is not a lot for a razor build. It is more than you need. 80 line amps or 300 phase amps, that's a great power level to aim for. Like even with full suspension and swing arm extensions, which I'll also tell you about now. I got ride or die suspension on this build. D&M Fast Ace rear shock, 220 millimeters with the 630 millimeter front forks. Pro Taper SE bars, Pro Taper grips, and a throttle kit. The suspension feels great. The air shock in the rear is very cushy. I don't think you can get much better than this for a razor. There are certainly more budget options than a shock that costs $150, because I know not everybody wants to pay that. But in my opinion, it's worth it. After you get on it for the first time, you'll realize that it's really really comfortable. Compared to stock suspension, anything is good. But this is probably amongst the higher end suspension kits you can buy. And then I also have a third-party front fender on here. This is an Amazon front fender from a CRF50. It actually fits the fork perfectly. You don't need to drill or cut anything. Absolutely wonderful. On the bars, I've got some zoom brakes. Oh, there's a cop. I got some zoom brakes. 4-piston hydros, front and rear. I'm probably going to need a serious pit bike brake in the rear because this thing doesn't want to stop. The brakes feel safe. I just don't feel comfortable stopping regularly on it. I don't trust the rear brake enough for wheelies that much. I mean, they're good right now, but as they age, they get a little bit worse, so I might have to get a more reliable brake for the back, just so to avoid brake fade. And I've also got momentum watt sway arm extensions. Some Amazon sprocket. It's a 64 tooth, so the same gearing Electro & Co runs. The gearing I run a 9 tooth in the front and a 64 tooth sprocket in the rear on 35 chain. I think this is one of the best gearings you can have. And I think that's about it. What else do I have on this thing? That's really about it. I'll put a detailed list below, so you can go check the description and see the exact links to the parts I used. But other than that, it's really a pretty decent mid-tier build. I wouldn't call this high-end. High-end gets a lot crazier. This is nowhere near the top of what Razors are capable of. They have insane modding capability. But it's definitely a great... it's not entry-level either. The bike in front of me is entry-level. That's just stock suspension with a motor, controller, and battery and brakes. Those 4 things are the bare minimum that you can have. And honestly, it feels like a completely different bike with the extensions and the extra weight added. It feels like it feels heavier and more grounded in a good way. That feels a lot more lightweight and snappy. Like it wants to pop the wheel up. It wants to go crazy. All right, let's kick into mode 3. Oh, that power's insane. Oh, this kid. Okay, I gotta slow down. Here's our turn. Whoop, sorry. Hey. I think I may have cut that lady off accidentally. Okay, let's review the footage later. Oh wait, I don't have a back-facing camera. What was that lady so mad about? I may have cut her off accidentally. Gotta be more careful. Okay. Anyway. I'll put the detailed list below. And I'll start posting riding footage daily if I can. I'll try to post it as much as possible. And I guess I will catch you guys in the next video. The horn? It was my fault. I think I might have cut her off accidentally. I wasn't speeding up enough. I was trying to cut over. I cut over 2 lanes. I think she may have been... I didn't see her behind me. I think she may have just been upset. I don't know. I'm not in the mood to call anyone a Karen though, because I'm the one out here without a plate, you know. Oh, that gate's closed. Let's go around. This gate should be open. Wow, how many people did the Prius call for this meeting?
I can't stop.
You can't stop, dude. You gotta brake beforehand before you get to it. I thought that was a cop. That looked like a cop. All right, here we are. Where are they holding this meeting? Man, this thing is capable of wheelies. I'm scared though. All right, where's the meeting supposed to be? Let's just try a little foot drag. Got more than enough power to keep the wheel up. Yeah, I gotta get used to this thing still. It's so heavy. All right, I think this is where the meeting is. All right, I'm gonna cut the recording here.